Writing a catchy, memorable song is not about luck, it's about strategy. There is a reason that some songs will stick in your head for years and others are forgotten as soon as the track ends. Today, I'm going to break down what makes songs unforgettable and how you can write a song that makes people want to listen to over and over again and even get the urge to sing along. I'm Brandon with Megatonic Audio. Let's get into it. All right, there's really only two things that are at the core of what makes a song so catchy, so memorable, something that sticks in your head. You know, we all know those songs that you hear going out to the grocery store or whatever, over the speakers somewhere in public or on the radio, and you don't even know the words to them, but you know the tune enough to hum and sing along to it, and it's just catchy and it sticks in your head. That is at the core of the DNA of a hit song. And you can do that too if you just listen to these two things. But I should preface it before I get into the first one, is that both things work together. They work in tandem. You have to balance it out, right? One is not exclusive to the other. Both of these elements work together for the greater good. And if you find that balance, then you got the makings of a hit song already. And this is just in the songwriting stage that you do this. Yep, this is just when you got your pen and paper and your brain for brainstorming. That's all it takes. And I should also say that since that's all it takes, don't overthink this process. Overthinking it is going to kill the mood. It's going to kill your creativity. You're not going to know what ideas were good and bad after a while. You're going to lose perspective. Don't overthink, just create with these two elements in mind. So number one, the first element is the obvious. It's your melody. When you're writing a song, what's the melody of the song? That's pretty much the lifeblood of the song, right? The melody. That's the thing that people remember most, or that's the thing at least that they'll remember most on the top of their head that they can describe, is the melody. And that's what people think of when they think of a catchy song, is melody. And what is melody? Melody is pretty much the main tune of the song. Meaning, when you hear a song, it's usually the vocal, right? Almost always the vocal. If there's vocals in a song, it's usually the vocal is the melody. And then the melody between vocal parts during a turnaround between a chorus and at the end of a chorus or after a chorus, and then turning around before you get to back to the verse, maybe a guitar or some other instrument, saxophone, whatever, is playing more melody, right? Something that your brain fixes onto while everything else is in the background, just kind of helping facilitate that melody. But it's the main idea, the main tune of the song is the melody. And like I said, usually that's the vocal. So like I said earlier, this is in the songwriting stage. You figure out the melody of your lyrics sometimes before you even know what the lyrics are. Sometimes you just have a good melody in mind, a good little tune that is catchy to you. Don't lose sight of that. Now, singing it over and over again, you might start to actually lose sight of it. You might start to think, oh, maybe it's not that good. Well, maybe you've heard it too many times. Sometimes you need to just trust that, man, I was so fired up about this melody, these three notes back to back, so simple, so good, so catchy. I need to write some lyrics to it. Or maybe you already had lyrics to it, right? It doesn't matter. The melody just needs to be something that at its inception, it gave you that aha moment, like, oh, that's good, that's something. If you had that in its inception, don't overthink it later by thinking, oh, well, I don't like it as much now. Well, you heard it 400 times when you were trying to think of lines that go with this melody, or you were practicing the melody before you recorded or whatever. Just trust that you had something, trust in your abilities, and just go with it, all right? And when you're thinking of melody, usually the melodies that resonate with people most are the simplest ones. Keep it simple. Don't overthink your melody. Don't make it too crazy, spanning too many notes, because the more notes you put into it, it runs the risk, at least, of not being so retainable to the listener. Now, there are exceptions to that rule. There are plenty of people that sing complicated melodies in their songs, and people love them for it. But generally, those aren't hits usually. There are fan favorites among a cult following or something, but hits are usually really simple because they stick with people easier too. So when you think of something simple and easy, the bottom line is this. If it's simple, easy, 10-year-old can hum it, a 5-year-old or whatever, and it's evoking some sort of emotion from you to where you're not just feeling stagnant like, okay, I'm hearing a melody, whatever. If it has some of emotion to it that you're feeling when you hear it, then you've got it. Move on to the next thing. The second element to this, to having a hit song, the catchy song that gets people's attention and stays in their heads forever, for years, is rhythm. A lot of people forget that. A lot of people overlook it, especially because most songwriters aren't rhythmically inclined. That's fine. Just listen to me now. Think about the rhythm of your lyrics, your melody, specifically the melody, to where even if you don't have lyrics yet, you can write to this rhythm and melody and make it fit. I got a whole video on how to do that. Even if it's nonsense, it can still be a hit. I'll link that video in the description or up here in the card up above me for you to check out later. But proof of how this works, or proof that it does work, is how many songs have you sang when you, or attempted to hum along to or sort of sing the words, but you don't even know the words, right? When you hear it at Kroger or wherever you shop for groceries, when you're just out in public and the radio's playing somewhere and you're humming, something's just in your head and you don't really know the words, but you're kind of mumbling something to it. The words aren't what got you. It's the rhythm and the melody. And the rhythm kind of helps. I mean, the rhythm is the beat of it. It's the heartbeat of the song, right? So the melody is the lifeblood. The heartbeat is the rhythm. And along with rhythm, you need to figure out, okay, this is a pretty cool rhythm. Test it at different tempos. Tempo does have a huge effect on it. Don't just be like, okay, this is it. This is what I got. And this is the tempo, whatever. Just try it once. Try speeding it up, slowing it down just a hair, and seeing what feels best. Because you might feel like, oh, it's almost there. And then you bump it up a little bit and you're like, oh, actually, that's it. That's catchy. It's the difference between having somebody wanting to bob their head to something and having somebody kind of go in one ear and out the other for your song. Tempo can make the difference, but you got to have a good rhythm to test those tempos out to. Once you've got the rhythm after the melody, you're golden. And remember what I said. These two things work in tandem together. The rhythm works with the melody. If one doesn't work with the other, don't be afraid to change it. Make changes quickly, too. Don't overthink things. Just do it until it feels right. Your knee-jerk reaction is usually the right one. So if you, like I said with the melody, if you come up with a melody that initially gave you like some emotion, it's a good indicator that you're there. You're halfway there. Just come up with the rhythm. If you got a rhythm that you want to write something to, that happens sometimes. Some people just have kind of a beat, makes them bob their head, makes them think that, hey, if I could write something to this, people would dance to it. And that's evocative of emotions, right? Then put a melody to that. Put a simple melody to that. Make sure it's the right tempo. All this works in tandem. When you figure both of these elements out for a song, you've got it. You've got the bones of a hit already. Sometimes even before you have even lyrics to it. You've got at least the essence of something that can be a great song. Then you just need to finish writing it. Finish your lyrics. Make sure your syllables fit with the rhythm of the tune you have. Make sure it's catchy. Make sure it either means what you want it to mean or doesn't mean anything at all. Put all that together, you are off to an enormously better start than most people. Because most people will only do one of two of those elements and they think they got it. But it's not quite enough. You're stuck on a song and you're struggling to figure out what's the best melody, what's the best rhythm, what's the best thing for it going forward in any way, and you're looking to collaborate with the right producer. That's me. Click the link below. It'll bring you to a landing page with a video on it to show you how the process works when I produce songs. I do it all remotely. And then you just fill out a short inquiry form so that I can get a better idea of what you're trying to work on, and we can be in contact about what to do from there. And if you enjoyed this video, be sure to hit the like button. That helps this video get out to more people, as well as subscribing to me, or share the video directly to somebody you know would benefit from this. I really appreciate all the likes, all the comments, and subscriptions, as well as the time you've given me hearing me out. Anyways, thanks so much for watching. I'll catch y'all next time. Y'all be good.